Push. Salute, King. One time. Salute. Good to see you, bro. Big Sugar, as I live and breathe. Although she's so cold hearted with that switch, I feel like calling her sugar free did not mean for that to rhyme. That took no time. Ugh. That's what I wanted. Let's pull this down. Ugh. Rhea Malone. Salute. Salute. Welcome. Push. Are you referring to and she just made it rhyme. But that's a bar B. I'm with you. A bar B. See what I did there? Didn't mean to. Push. Are you referring to the Knicks parade or the day after interviewing Dame Dash? Which one of those two you mean? Which one of those two you? Oh, them streets. Yeah. Let me tell you something real quick. Yeah, bro. It's pandemonium out there, and I knew it was going to be pandemonium out there. And I think I spoke on this the other day, but I felt looking at it that it was going to feel more like New Year's in Times Square than it was a regular parade, the kind they have down Fifth Ave. They had it down the Canyon of Heroes. If you've ever been anywhere in the financial district, you know how narrow those streets are. And you can't bottleneck that many people into that tight of a space and not have any kind of calamity. I knew it was going to be a shit show. Oh, Iran, salute. Oh, one time for Iran. Thank you for pulling up. Hopefully you subscribe, become a mechanic. And speaking of which, thank you, B74. Brothers and sisters, mothers and misters, bunions and blisters, I'd like to welcome you to the garage, home of the worldwide mechanics. I am your lead mechanic, Mac Rashawn. Before we even get it cracking, you know what we need. Hit them likes, hit the hype, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. In the meantime, in between time, come on in here, get your coveralls, get your tool belt. Let's get this thing on the rack and see where we at. Um, Tore down the barricades and almost trampled the drop. First of all, I don't think any children should have been at that parade. Dead ass. I don't think there's any reason to bring a child to the Knicks parade as much as we as grown people want to, and the adults and parents pass our love of sports on to children. You had to know better that that specific parade was not going to be Disney. You had to know that. Just looking at the reaction from when we would win games around the garden, look at that reaction. You wouldn't subject your child to that. Why would you think it would be anything different when you bring them down to the parade? Oh my God. There's no way you thought this was a good idea. Just looking at one. The other one's going to be way worse because that's what happens when we win a game. The parade is what happens when we win the finals. No, you got to stay. You got to keep the children out of that cipher. I'm seeing all kinds of wild stuff just flowing back. It's nasty work. You bring a kid down there. I saw a video of like a whole sea of people stuck in the train station on the train station stairs, unable to go forward or backwards. Imagine having a child in that situation, in that environment. And it's hot outside, it's muggy outside. The weather is not comfortable. And you got a kid stuck in that. You had to get down there. The people who I know that went and actually made it through, they left out of the house at 4 o'clock in the morning to get there before 6. And the cops were being such dickheads. They swept Broadway. In other words, Broadway is where Broadway is the street that the Canyon of Heroes runs down. And they're like only 3 checkpoints to get on the parade route. You thought you were gonna just hang out all night and go kick it on Broadway, just break day, and then the parade starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. But they let you in at 6. Yeah, they let you in at 6. But here's the problem: at 4 a.m., they swept Broadway. They made everybody leave, so you couldn't even just hang out till the thing opened. I saw some people sitting down there with chairs, just waiting for the thing to be open. But they swept all of Broadway and made everybody leave. So now you got to go find some place to go and then come back. 9 times out of 10, you're not coming back. There's no place to go. It's not like you can get a quick hotel. There's no place to go. So now you just stuck. All this. Then they tell you you can't bring an umbrella. You can't bring anything to drink unless it's in a plastic bottle. You can't bring a cooler. You can't bring a chair. So they eliminate any chance of you being able to be comfortable. And you bring a kid to that? You're bugging. That's child abuse. Call the people. That's child abuse. And there's too much for people to, and then once they finally decide to let the barrier open, now those same people are rushing to get to another set of barriers. Like it's nasty work. It's nasty work. I took one look at the scenario, the whole situation, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I personally made a game time decision. I was around that time, I could have got up and left. And I looked over at the clock. I kind of looked at the phone, and I checked the rules, and I remember what it was when that one time I went to go do New Year's in Times Square like a dumbass. Just once. I wanted to do it just once on some. I've lived in this city my whole life. I'm born and raised here, and I've never done Times Square for New Year's. I'm gonna do it at least once. I'm not gonna talk about it in ignorance. I'm gonna at least go and be able to say, I went, this is what it's like. I know that I'll do it again, or I'll know that I'll never do it again. Suffice to say, I believe that was like 90, no, like 2008, I think I went. Never did that again. And this smelled a lot like that. And Times Square is way more open of a space than the Canyon of Heroes, than the financial district. Those streets are narrow. All the New Yorkers in all the New Yorkers in the chat, do me a favor and put a one in the air if you've ever been down to the financial district and you can witness. You're my witness as to how narrow those streets are. Ain't no space to do nothing. Tiffany Blue. Shout out to Tiffany Blue. Me personally, I avoid big crowds as I'm. L worked in the financial district. Sis, you know. It, it, Ain't no space. And you just bottleneck thousands of people. And not just people, Knicks fans. And not just Knicks fans, Knick faithful. Some of them have never, people have literally been waiting their entire lives for this moment. They're not going to miss it. And there's thousands of them. Thousands of them. They gon' celebrate. They gonna celebrate. They gonna be a little out of pocket. Now, if they were smart, they'd have had it between City Hall and the thing when it ended at Madison Square Garden, and we'd have really done it right. Same place they do all of the other spots, all of the other big parades. March that bitch down like a street with some space and let people move. But you couldn't even bring a bag. Not a book bag, not a briefcase, not a purse. You could not bring any bag. Whatever you needed to fit in your pockets. Just your phone, your keys. As a Laker fan, maybe I've just been spoiled and said Knicks fans ain't used to winning. They're gonna wild the fuck out. Let me help you with that. Because you're not exactly wrong, but you're not all the way right. Let me help you with that. New Yorkers are used to winning. It's the reason why there's so much pressure. There was always so much pressure on the Knicks to do something because although the Knicks haven't won in over 50 years, the Yankees are the most winningest franchise in the history of sports. So we start to look at the title, we start to look at the chip, we start to look at the world championship as no big deal. What's taking so long? Because every other day, the the Yankees are just bagging another one. Yeah, and hockey. Like we always there's always somebody winning the championship. There's always something to celebrate. And the parade just got to be like no big deal when it comes to the Yankees. It's just another thing. Which is why we apply even the Giants. The Giants, Eli took two off of your boy. Took two off of your man from the Patriots. It became no big deal to win a championship, which is why people started clowning the Knicks so hard even though the Knicks had two championships, but they hadn't had one in 50 years, and the Yankees spoiled New Yorkers. So now that you have Knicks fans who are probably Yankee fans too, but now that you have, Knicks fans able to celebrate, God forbid you don't actually like baseball and you're just a basketball fan, you've been suffering. And you can't understand why this is taking so long. Knicks were the only New York team with no rings for decades. That's exactly right. We would as a New Yorker, as a Knicks fan, you're starved. But as a New Yorker, you're spoiled. And those two don't mix. Those two don't mix. It that doesn't work. Mac, what you think of the invite to the White House? Ooh, man, you trying to get me in trouble. And you trying to get me in trouble. Hold on one second. I'm gonna address that. Because the Dodgers hold that title, but you seen them. Yo, Ben, you don't want to talk titles with a Yankees fan. We have more chips than there are players on your team. Relax. Have a seat. Have a seat. Just have several seats. You better off keeping that conversation with basketball. You don't want to talk baseball. You get one and you want to start popping off like you relax. Um Now, um, as far as that invite to the White House, like Tiff said, James Dolan and Trump are friends. But James Dolan said something crazy to me. He said, "Me and Trump have been friends for 30 years. Whenever I hear that you go that far back with that guy from the island's best friend, search his hard drive. Search his hard drive. Search his hard drive." I don't know if you should be telling anybody that you was best friends with that guy for 30 years, because 30 years ago is when all this was popping off, when them files was popping off. You was his best friend for that. I don't know why nobody in the media caught that. That was my first thought. Well, you've been friends with him for how long? What? Check his the 80s. Check like you any 30 years y'all been back. That means y'all got cool. Y'all got cool when this man was in the swings. Check them files, bro. Check that dude's hard drive. Check all hard drives. Republicans, bro. Stop cross pointing fingers. Stop cross pointing fingers. I said what I said. I didn't label it one party or the other. Check their hard drives. I don't care who they rock with, but it ain't hard to tell who's really rocking. Only one of them teams is doing what they can do to keep the files out of the public. Miss me with that, all lives matter type bullshit. Specifically, check this dude's files. Check his hard drive. I need to know. Yeah, me and Donald Trump have been friends for 30 years. Word? Good to know. Check that man's hard drive. Number one. No, they did. Go look back. Go look back. Redacted as hell, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Stop. I'm not even trying to turn this into a political debate, and here you come. Check that dude's files. Um, Jesus Christ, because they were still being investigated when Obama and Biden were in office. Like, why don't y'all see that part? And why do you keep talking to me about what two other presidents did when I'm talking about the one that's here now? Are you freaking kidding me? You know they existed when your man was, in office the first time. Like, yo, stop. Let's keep it sports. Let's keep it sports. Don't come in here trying to promote your hero. Like, I don't give a damn about none of that. Your boy is Epps' best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, miss me with that. When Biden had the files, they were still under investigation. He did not have them able to be released. You need to look that part up. Supreme Court, he could not release them. That was not. It wasn't up to him. It wasn't his call. Like, yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead, B, because this is getting ridiculous. I'm not about to sit here and argue with you bozos over shit that you could look up. Especially since I said 3 or 4 times I'm trying to keep it sports. And here y'all come. Now, let's go to the other joint. Let's go to the other thing I saw mentioned on here. The team can decline. And your team won it. Seems like you don't care. Bro, you got the game fucked up. You ain't paying close enough attention to say dumb shit like that. Boy, Digi, shut the fuck up. Like dead ass, shut up. You gonna tell me who's racist with Trump? You want to talk about Biden? I tell you Trump is, and you point back to somebody else. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Y'all whataboutism is crazy. Shut up. I'm keeping it sports. Shut up. Like, did you goodbye? Like like super stupid. Miss me with that. B74 if you would be so kind. I'm not about to sit here and suffer fools like that. If that's what you was lurking for, and this is what brings you down out the woodwork, about the all lives matter me in here. Anyway, hey Sky, what's happening? My sis Sky Hook, good to see you, darling. Professor Sky, excuse me. I'm gonna use your proper title, Professor Sky. Excuse me. Um, I'm hoping, I'm hoping that I'm hoping that the team decides to dead the invite. I know Hart don't f with Trump. I know that for a fact. But that's this the last political thing I want to say. I'm pretty sure the team as a whole is going to dead the invite, and your man can show up with some MSG staff, but I think the majority of the team is going to dead that shit. I heard they already declined. I've been hearing a bunch of stuff, but I'm not sure how it's going down. Um, Dame Dash, Brunson rank all time Knicks now. I have Brunson. I have Brunson. I have Brunson a step ahead of Patrick Ewing, respectfully though. Respectfully. Um, Brunson was able to bring home a ring, and um, hit the likes, hit the subs. Shout out to all the lurkers up in the hit the like and hit the sub. You're gonna hang out, just hit that button for me, please, please, and thank you. Um, I have Brunson a step ahead of Patrick Ewing, but there's an asterisk next to it because I understand that Ewing Ewing played in the era of Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan's resume has a a murderer's row of Hall of Famers that he sent into the Hall of Fame with no championships. That's the Michael Jordan effect. He boxed a lot of people out. A lot of people out and ran them over. And Ewan happened to be a casualty. Shout out to Push, $2 super chat. Just warming up the stove for Just. Just is in here. Just is in here. Y'all starting to don't y'all starting. I ain't even see Just was in here. Shout out to Just, aka Just McDuck. MJ was an assassin of that era. Yeah, his thank that Dana perfectly said. First of all, shout out to Push Button for the $2 super chat. Love King. Thank you very much. Um, and again, for anybody who doesn't know, everything that happens in this room, super chat wise, I'm taking anything that I get from this room and I'm putting it back into this channel. I got a bucket list of stuff that I need to buy. A couple of things I've already went out and purchased. Just off the strength of the money that came from this, I went out and got my live wire, the cable that I need, and I got the arm, the mic arm, so I can have that and get rid of these. And there's a couple other things that I'm gonna go get. A laptop, a new. I'm gonna retire my baby here and get a new laptop set up. So the whole thing, I'm setting up. I'm getting the setup for the whole joint. Um, oh yes, the Mech and Gat show on YouTube, my new show on World Star Hip Hop, with my boy Gat, my brother Gat. We got a brand new podcast, y'all. We back outside, so thank you, Big Sugar. Um, Calvin Campbell with the super chat. Don't allow trash people to get under your skin. Oh, I can't do that, man. My skin is amazing. If they got under it, I would look terrible. My skin is amazing. I'm not about to do that. Much appreciated, though, King. I got you. Hey, you do the same. You be thugging it out with me in the comment section, Calvin. You be thugging it out with your boy. So you make sure they don't get under your skin neither. Bernard King is on the list, but my first number one. She's right, Elle. It is glistening. Are you seeing this? It is glistening. My skin is amazing. But my number one Nick is Walt Frazier. Walt Clyde Frazier, I believe, is the greatest Nick of all time. Um, by himself, he carried the team two championship rings. Yes, you do, Calvin. You do love going toe to toe with the keyboard tough guys. That is your forte. You like Jordan with that. You send these dudes into the Hall of Fame broke. That's you. That was just real quick. I just wanted y'all to see that when the money, any anything I get from here, I'm buying something that enhances this channel. And I'm putting it right back into here so we can enhance the good time. Um, but yeah, Walt Clyde Frazier is the greatest Nick of all time for me. Two championships. But then there's an asterisk next to that because you got to consider the era that he played in. Now, granted, he played with the greatest players of his era, right? But those weren't the greatest players of all time. But for where he was, those were the guys. So he played against them. And then you have, Ewan is high on my list because I also judge based on the competition in the era. These different eras, I hold different weight for me. Patrick Ewing with his skill set and his team, his squad. I mean his original squad. Mason, Oakley, Starks, Harper, like that squad, that team. Um, you subtract Michael Jordan from his era, Patrick Ewing walks out with a couple of chips. Jordan was the person who constantly sent the Knicks home. Pat gonna get like, in my opinion, Pat would have like three. Even though when he finally got past them, he lost to San Antonio and then he lost to the Spurs. But he would have went more times than not. You asking me that squad, he'd have went more times than not. Um, can we get Oakley back in MSG? That goes back to your man Dolan. That goes back to the owner. And I've always thought he was a little funny style. And then finding out him telling you that he's been best friends with Trump for 30 years, like it just kind of shakes out. Like, oh, okay, I get it. No, I got you. I got you. Oh, okay, that tracks. That all makes sense. Um, yeah, Oakley got like a lawsuit going on. It's messy, B. Like I don't even want to get too deep into it. It's just petty, petty. But Oakley should be sitting right next to Starks, sitting right next to Ewan. Mace is gone. God bless his soul. Like he needs to be here, bro. He needs to be here. He needs to be a Nick alumni. He should be here with us. Should be here with us celebrating, man. Um, Terrence, salute for the jewels. Salute for the jewels. 100. Yes, one time. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. To Terrence 35. Do you have Bron in your top three or even on the mountain? I don't. Kobe, Allen Iverson, Jordan, Magic Johnson, T Mac, or maybe Shaq. He's already not on the mountain. He's already off the mountain, and he's not on the top five. Hit the likes, hit the subs, hit the likes, hit the subs, hit the likes, hit the subs. Um, Please and thank you. Bron is on my bench. Yeah, I dig it. Dolan don't deserve NYC fans. He's been garbage for too long. Get any credit to the Yeah, no, the credit for the ring goes to Leon Rose. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I give Dolan credit for being smart enough to finally get out of the way and let an actual basketball mind run the team. Like just cut the check and get out the way, man. You're not Mark Cuban. Like just move around, man. Um yeah, no, Brian I just did my top three and he did not make it. My goats don't flop. My goats don't flop. Am I okay when answering the whole target question? Yeah, go ahead and ask. Ask me what you want to know. I don't have all the answers because I haven't gone too far into it. I know a little bit about a little bit, but ask me what you want to know. Um, my goats don't take time off when they get injured. Talk to me, DJ all day. Talk to me. No floppy goats. I don't know why that's so fun to say, Sugar, but it definitely is. No floppy goats. My goats don't flop, bro. My goats don't flop. Like even if you selling a foul, I get that. But this Shea Gilchrist Alexander level of flopping, this Wimby thing that they doing, like um my goats don't. Kobe didn't do that. Kobe ripped his Achilles, went to the line and shot two free throws, and then walked off the court, bro. Don't talk to me about your boy could never. Y'all goats could never. Would never never. Margo Allen Iverson, I remember a Reebok commercial way back in the day. He was sitting on the table. They showed all his injuries, and he's sitting on the table with his shorts on, like ready to play. And he got his eyes closed, and they just ran down a list of all his injuries, and then the injuries stopped, and the whole screen is like covered and all the script of all his injuries, and like the arrows pointing to where on the body, and then he opens his eyes and it all vanishes, and he gets off the table and goes, "Time to go to work." But man, bro, I appreciate toughness. I appreciate toughness in my athletes. Like not. I appreciate toughness, bro. And these dudes ain't. Nah, my goats could never, bro. The dudes I look up to, my goats could never. DJ all day. My goats don't take time off when they're not injured. When they're not injured. When they're not injured. Load management. What the fuck is that? Soft. In the words of Kobe. In the words of Kobe Bean Bryant. God bless the Mamba. Soft. Soft, bro. You soft. And my standard is different because I was raised. I came up watching Warriors do it. And I don't mean Steph and them. No disrespect, but you know what I'm saying. I came up watching. Dudes I looked up to was hard body. My standard is different. Y'all soft, soft, super soft. So he didn't make it in my top just that fast. He not even on my Mount Rushmore. He didn't make it on my top five. Like Diddy hands. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. That's super funny. Diddy hands. That's funny. Yeah, it's just certain things like the curse, the gift and the curse of living long enough to witness more than one era is your standards are different. You leave one era and into another, and it's like what just happened? Where'd the era go? How y'all adjust? These aren't adjustments. This is cheating. This is corny. I put my question back. Oh, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, B. I'm sorry. I was ranting. I was ranting. Let me no floppy goat. You got me cracking up with that one. Ask the question. CJ Kid, what up? I'm about to wash my elbows real quick while y'all do the sports thing. Be right back. That's nasty. Oh, gross. LeBron's probably going home for his last year. I'm not sure he's trying to walk out of here with another chip. I don't think he needs another stain on his record of going to the finals and losing. Um, yeah, I think LeBron goes home. I think LeBron ends his career in Cleveland. Kobe or Dennis Rodman? Kobe. Kobe. With all due respect to Rodman, with no disrespect whatsoever to Rodman for what he was, because you can't win without the defense of Rodman. I have I can never take anything away from what Rodman was and what he did. It just at that point it's a personal preference, and I've never seen anybody compete like Kobe did. It's almost like pressing the reset button and starting from the new styles evolve. It'd be ugly at first though. Yeah, it was ugly and we get a lot of revisionist history happening. Like God forbid you were alive to see Kobe play and then you gotta sit there and look at all these people telling you how Kobe wasn't that great and or you sit there and somebody says, well, this is the best defensive player that's ever been, the greatest of all time that's ever been, and then just goes, excuse me, Dennis Rodman, was a thing, and you become the person reminding these people who start making grandiose claims and sweeping statements that it's just not accurate. And they start trying to tell you LeBron is better than Jordan and Kobe all of a sudden goes missing in the conversation completely. And Steph Curry is the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. But if you never saw Mahmoud Rauf, Abdul Abdul was it Muhammad Rauf? You know who I'm talking about. Like you start forgetting about that guy and remember what happened to his career because he didn't want to stand up for the national anthem and they got him out of here. But where would he be? I remember when he single-handedly was cooking the Bulls. I got to watch that. If you go look on YouTube, you can find the game. He was from behind the 3-point line. Abdul was cooking the Bulls, Jordan's Bulls, cooking them, and they got him out the paint. But if you don't know that name, then you just go ahead and say Kobe. There's never been a better shooter ever um than Steph. And while the numbers back Steph up, absolutely 100%, the numbers back him up. Those of us who are old enough to know, when you grown, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Thank you, JB. Thank you, JB Smooth. Thank you. I was struggling with that name. I could see his face, and his name was just doing this. Thank you, thank you. That's exactly what I mean. Um, Mahmoud. I watched him cook the Bulls, bro. Steph also makes my list because Steph don't flop. They run into Steph. They run into Steph the same way they run into JB. It's that stutter stop starting. It's that herky jerk movement where you stop on a dime and the other person crashes into you, or they make contact. They can't stop themselves from making contact, and you throw the ball up. But Steph be running off of so many screens. But he perfected that. And he ain't out here flopping either. And that man got legit ankle issues. Like, you gotta miss me with the no B. I do not play basketball. I do not play basketball. We gonna squash any hope of that lie um catching hold right now. I do not play. No ma'am. Some guy named Jay. What up, bro? Good to see you, Jay. Salute. Welcome to the room. Hopefully you subscribe. But me and Jay actually go back. Salute, Jay. Good to see you, man. 100. Pull up. Penny Hardaway was my magic. And that's respectable because Penny was a beast. Penny, how many people in here know how crazy, what's my man's name who played for the Magic and got injured? He played for Duke. And he got injured and his career was never the same. But they was calling him the next Jordan. Um, Grant Hill, Mick Swagger, and DJ All Day. Thank you. Grant Hill was not regular. That man was not normal. He was T-Macking before T-Mac. But if you didn't see it, you kind of just it's easy to go like Grant Hill or Penny was the next face of the NBA, but they got injured. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly my point. Thank you, Tiffany Blue. Exactly my point. He did play for the Pistons. You're right. I just saw an alert come down at the top of my screen talking about De'Aaron Fox was seen at the Knicks parade. And then I looked a little closer and saw that it was NBA Centel instead of NBA Central. They almost got me. They almost got me because if that dude is at the parade, I'm not sure he would have made it out in one piece. Somebody would have had foxskin sandals by the time the day was over. Wouldn't have been a thing. Dwayne Molden, Bron been playing for 22 years and counting. Yeah, like and that you see what that legit is a thing. The durability, the fact that he's been in the league, the durability is a thing. But it also like for me, it pads the stats. It's like Wemby. Like Wemby gets Defensive Player of the Year, and he gets all these accolades. But a ton of his accolades are because of how tall he is. It's really hard to get off a shot with a dude who's 7'4". You see what I'm saying? He's 7'4". Like yeah, Defensive Player of the Year. How much effort does he really put in when he's just he can dunk from his tippy toes? Like, is he really skilled or is he just like dumb tall? Just. I missed the parade. We lost power from the storm. It's been resolved. It's all over YouTube, Just. You, if you want to see it, you can see it. You didn't miss you didn't you missed it, but you didn't miss it. Just be happy you didn't have to actually be there. It was nasty work in that thing, bro. Nick fans should love D Fox. No, It's the opposite. Knicks fans should love D Fox. Laugh out loud. Low IQ basketball player who continuously made boneheaded plays down the stretch of a few games. Well, let me put you. Let me. Okay, I see two things in here I'm going to address. Number one, let's talk about that D Fox thing. Low IQ basketball player. I'm not disagreeing with anything you said. If anything, though, I'm gonna give the coach props because coach was supposed to see that. So the coach is gonna get the MVP in my book. Thank you, coach, for keeping him in the game. But never forget, D Fox tried to press Jalen Brunson into a stare that he tried to walk down on JB and start something. He wouldn't make it out of the Canyon of Heroes just off the strength of that. Somebody would have packed him up off the strength of that alone. A lot of people didn't forget that. Now let's get over to Wimby. Wimby a villain now after not shaking hands. Nah. Wimby was a villain after he threw Jalen Brunson's 61-point game ball into the stands on some bitch shit. He became a villain then. Because that was some pure crab shit to do. Like, just crab shit to do. For no reason. You won the game. You scored 40 something. Brunson dropped 60. And you threw his game ball into the stands. Oh, you a whole hoe. And you knew what you were doing. It was lit from back then. It was lit from back then. Jalen Brunson and them boys then had the Spurs numbers from back then. Oh, that's the kind of time you want? Heard you. And sent that boy packing every nuts in a sling. Just whooping his ass. But I saw the look on the faces of the team when he threw the game ball in the sky like, word? Oh, I see. I see. Heard you. Yeah, man. Yeah. We're talking about push. We're talking about Wimby throwing JB 61-point game ball into the stands. You were saying that he's now like the villain. Charlie Funk, what up? Good to see you, bro. Um, good to see you, Charlie. Yeah, he was saying Wimby's the villain now that since the finals, and I was saying nah, nah. He showed what kind of time he was on when he threw that ball into the stands. That was some that you're gonna touch on Jay-Z's latest opportunistic sellout method. I mean, yeah, I honestly don't even know what to say about it. Like it's so blatantly obvious. I don't know. Again, I don't talk as if I know all the ins and outs of any of these situations. I know number one, it's not Target getting to have the vinyl exclusively. The vinyl is available. The 30th anniversary Reasonable Doubt vinyl. It's not just at Target. It's in a bunch of different places, but Target has like an exclusive version of it. Oh, Calvin, yeah. What happened was Jay made a deal with Target to carry his 30th anniversary vinyl of Reasonable Doubt, a certain version of the vinyl. I think it's like an all white version. Again, I haven't gotten too deep into it. Um, yeah, that's the other thing. There are tons of music carried in Target. It's not just the J thing. The white vinyl. Thank you, Push. I knew it was something. I knew it was something specific and exclusive. It's the white vinyl. Um, but yeah, man, like you should be rocking with. What you rocking with Target? What you doing anything with them for, bro? Like the dudes who got rid of DEI. Like there's a million other. For me, how do I say this? For me, there's this phrase that a lot of people throw around, right? Give me a second here. Walk with me on this. There's this phrase that a lot of people use in my industry, in the music industry. Will say stuff like, well, we got to make it make sense. It needs to make sense. We can do this, but it needs to make sense. Let me see. Wait, B. I don't want to miss what you said. They're saying a lot of artists have music with Target, Cole, everyone. Yeah, no, I thought it just, did you say something else, Sugar? Did I miss it? Yeah. What was the comment that I missed, Sugar? I was just make sure I didn't miss what you said. Oh no, but only Jay is getting heat. That's because Jay is bigger than everybody else that we can talk about. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. When you on top and everybody else has to follow, they expect you to lead them in a good direction. And when they see you, undercutting the people and selling out the cause, and you telling people we pass kneeling, but clearly we're not. You say pass kneeling, but then a 1 year old gets shot. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. It's you know what I'm saying. It's not a good look. So you're gonna catch more flack than everybody else when you make moves that feel this egregious. That's what's going to happen. Um, and Michael Brown actually got to the point that I was heading towards. There is a saying in the business. It needs to make sense when people want to be interviewed on the Mech and Gat show, World Star's only official podcast, but they're smaller artists, and they're like, well, we want an interview. Well, it doesn't really make sense for us to interview you because you can't help our numbers. That's how most of these big places think. I'm just using this as an example. But they'll say stuff like, well, you can't help our numbers. If we're speaking strictly on metrics, us interviewing this specific person doesn't make any sense because you can't help our numbers, right? It needs to make sense. It needs to make sense. In other words, it needs to be mutually beneficial, not just benefiting you, but it also needs to benefit us. Here's the problem. Jay, almost anything he does benefits him and definitely benefits somebody else. It may not benefit him as much, but there are very few places that can actually add value to somebody like Jay when you're that much of a name, when you take up that much oxygen in the room, there are very few places that can add value to you, right? You got the Grammys, you got this, you got that. Like, my point is, Jay could have done that deal with anyone. Jay could have done that deal with anyone. Didn't have to be them. He literally could have did that deal anywhere. Offer that vinyl off of his own strength. He could have did that deal with any distribution. Not he did it did not have to be the one that we have an active boycott against because they're anti DEI. It would have made sense for him to do it anywhere. It always makes sense when Jay does it because it's Jay. It just lands different. He's more powerful. He takes up more oxygen. It's just a different thing. But to tear people down and paint it as if no one else is doing the same should not be tolerated by the culture. No, no, you right. You right. I'll never sit here and say point the finger at you. But he has more responsibility. He has a bigger name, sugar. He's got a bigger name. It's what it is. It's what it is. When your profile is elevated to that level, they're gonna overlook the little guy to go see what you're doing. It's kind of like how y'all tell me in this room. Somebody will pop in here and say some complete nonsense. Y'all don't want me addressing them at all. because if they say something crazy, they just look like what they look like. If I say something crazy because it's my page, because y'all fuck with me, it lands different. So it becomes a different thing. It's the same thing with him. It's a smart business decision, but it's also disrespectful to it's not the best for his image. It may be good for the numbers. It's probably good for the numbers. It's not good for the image. And a lot of artists, their image is very important. Ask MC Hammer. Like there was a time when he was on top of the world, and then and then he was MC Hammer, and now like your image is everything. Hove is having a pop up show next week. He's gearing up for an album. I think he's about to put something out. I think we're about to get a Hove project. And it's rough when he does stuff like that for those of us who actually like the music. And then he was pumps and a bump. Yeah, he was wearing Carl Kanai all of a sudden. Like when his image started taking a hit and people started deciding that what Hammer was doing was corny, all of a sudden he switched up to wearing Carl Kanai jeans and sweatshirts with the matching hood, matching hat, and he's rapping all fast and the cadence is different. And now he's actually trying to spit bars. He tried to evolve and it didn't hit, it didn't land. Image is very important, and when Jay does something like this, it affects his image. It affects how people see him. I don't want to reminisce on the speed all day. Chill out, chill out. I left it where I got him pictured in my head in the call canal for a reason. I don't want to. I must insist that you do not take us back to the banana hammock MC Hammer. I don't need you doing that. Like, please don't. Please chill. That's nasty work, man. That's nasty work. Oh yeah, that beat was snapping, but again, that wasn't that wasn't Hammer. Hammer, I am Hammer. They put me in the mix. Like it was different. Yes, new show with my brother Gat. We interviewed Dame Dash yesterday, and um, not the best. Not my best work. Not my best work. I'm that talk about ring rust. Not my best work. I completely forgot what it takes to converse with someone who likes to dominate the conversation the way Dame does. Um, I completely I, I I did not do my best work yesterday with the Dame Dash interview. I let him lead a bunch of different. A lot of times with somebody like Dame, you just got to let him go. You just got to let him go. There's really no hope of him seeing a different POV or a different side. But I did come up with an idea. There's something I'm going to do after this interview drops. I'm going to drop a different segment. After the Dame Dash interview drops, I'm going to do a different segment reacting to the interview. That y'all will see. It's going to be something super cool. I'm going to have it on the Mech and Gat show page as soon as we get that popped. No, he wasn't drunk. He wasn't. He might have been sipping a little bit, but he wasn't drunk. He wasn't. He wasn't drunk. He was fairly coherent. But he's very dismissive if you don't agree with him off the rip. If you're not specifically where he is or on the same page as he is, he's very dismissive. It comes across as obnoxious. and he it feels very closed minded. It never feels like it never feels like he's a day was drunk. Oh, that's Gat talking. Salute to Gat. One time for my partner, my bro, my Aries brother, Gat Taylor in the building. No more Gat murders. Gat Taylor. Shout out to Gat Taylor, my co-host and partner of the Mech and Gat show. We are doing great work. Um, but yeah, we're not gonna give him drunk Gat, because otherwise he'll try and blame that on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll try and blame that. So we can't even give him he can't even give him drunk. Otherwise he's gonna try and take credit from me. Y'all will see what I'm talking about in a second. Um, couldn't imagine sitting through a Dame Dash interview in 2026. Still surprised at so many people. We value what he has to say. Dame is stuck in his ways, and that's something that, on a regular interview, it would have been something that I might have pointed out. But you interviewing him, it feels like the interview is just going to go left if you contradict him in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Now, there are certain things you can push back on, but by the time you start pushing back, he's moved. He's like two subjects away, and that goalpost has moved substantially. It's. I've dealt with dudes like that before. I've interviewed cats like him before, but it's rare. It doesn't happen often. Most people don't operate that way, and you gotta prep. I specifically have to prep I specifically have to prep a specific way to interview cats like that. And I was not, I wasn't. Long story short, I wasn't. He really caught me off guard. It wasn't my best work. Now we got a lot of, excuse me, we got a lot of clickable, we got a lot of attention grabbing talk out of him, which at the end of the day is the bottom line for any kind of show that you do. You want people to, speak on it and repeat it. You want So we got that, but the journalist in me, I didn't get the answers that I wanted to, and I didn't point out the contradictions that I should have, and I didn't nail down the points the way I wanted to. But that's my failure. That's my failure as the journalist in the room, as the guys, and that's my failure. That's on me. I didn't do it right. That's on me. Yeah, not everybody bats 1,000. That's on me. I messed that up. No getting around it. No excuses. Um, Gat got his questions off, and he got his answers. Gat because Gat can talk to him on a different level. Gat can speak on levels that I'm not going to be able to. I can't. I'm not as familiar with as Gat does, as Gat is. Gat is an expert in his field, in his lane. Gat is about that business. He's A1. He's a sharp shot. So when they start talking that talk, I knew when to be quiet. But there were some things that I would have walked back. There were some other angles I would have taken in that conversation, and I did not. I did not. And you walk out of there going, I should have said that. That was an opportunity miss. You start replaying it all in the head, and you start thinking to yourself, question, do you think you gave him too much respect? No, I don't think you can never, because he never disrespected anybody, and you want to be careful to not show disrespect in the face of yeah, no, you B sugar, listen, the way Calvin gets down in the comment section, that kind of question tracks for Calvin Campbell. That's what Calvin Campbell will be showing a lot of respect. When these dudes get in the comment section and start talking sideways, Calvin is used to going into war without respect on his belt. Like, it is built like that. Calvin built like that. So Calvin saying, "Do you think you gave him too much respect?" That's Calvin being Calvin. Go look at them comments. That's Calvin being Calvin. Calvin don't walk in there with respect as a part of his outfit when he's pulling up to the comment section. And so it doesn't surprise me that Calvin thinks we're all supposed to walk around with just a little less respect. You're supposed to leave the respect at home as far as Calvin's concerned. You ain't supposed to come out the house with that. Respect is like an umbrella. And it ain't raining for Calvin. There's sunny skies for Calvin. I don't need that. Leave that at home. Yeah, one time for my bro, it was a few things that I forgot to ask in the interview, but Dane was wild and laugh out loud. That's a fact. And leave it to my brother Taylor to sum the entire thing up. What I just took 2-3 minutes to say, my brother Taylor just summed up in one line. Dane was wilding. There's a couple things we wanted to get to, but Dane was wilding. Hell nah, that would make me put hands on a motherfucker. Well, B74, I want you to no Craft NYC. We just shot it yesterday. Crafty NYC, we just shot it yesterday, so it's not up yet. But I'll be making announcements when these things start dropping. And do me a favor, everybody, head over to the Mech and Gat Show on YouTube. All the stuff is gonna go up over there. We're stockpiling right now. We're just gonna like start doing a massive release with all the clips and everything else. Everything's gonna be on that channel. So like the Brooklyn way. He cut us off a few. That's Gat. He cut us off a few times. Yeah, like when a guy dominates the conversation like that, you start seeing it go a different way. He'll put the brakes on it and shift the goalposts over. But you have to, like, I specifically am prepared for things like that. And I have techniques that prepare me for when people do things like that. And I didn't do that this time. I completely spaced on it. Um it just I messed up. I messed up. I didn't cover it the way I do, the way I would have, and the way I should have. And that's me letting myself down. That's also me letting Taylor down because Taylor depends on me to do my part in these interviews. He did his part. He depends on me to do my part in these interviews, and I didn't do that. This one specifically, I gotta tell you, I did not. It was not my best work. Dead ass. Yeah, cheap teeth came up too. That came up too. You'll see in the interview. We got to it. Like we got to a lot of good talk, and he circumvented a lot of questions. He jumped in front of a ton of questions. He saw things. He knew where we were gonna go. He jumped in front of it. Um, Dame is having fun. Yeah, that's what he says. That's what he says. But then he'll tell you something like, I'm out here having fun. I'm doing it because I want to, but other rappers are out here doing it because they're broke. Like it never. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. Taylor's right. He wanted the conversation to go the way it went, but it was our job to make it was. I feel personally responsible. It's my job to make that conversation go where it was supposed to, where we wanted it to go, and we got what we needed out of it. You know what I mean? Let's business is business. We got what we need out of it. Professional wise, though, I wasn't on point, and I let Taylor down off the string. He'll tell you I did, but I feel like I know I did. I know I could have done a better job, and I felt that all through the whole joint. So yeah, Mac, one of my favorite interviews, that joint with Trap Law Ross. He had me hyped like man's and standing on business. Oh, well, thank you, King. Thank you. Um, Calvin, I should have been ready for that. I should have been ready for that. I should have known that that's what he was going to do, and I should have been ready for that. And the fact that I wasn't, I feel some kind of way about it. Won't happen again though. I won't fail again. It won't happen twice. Remember that I said that. Won't happen twice. Touche. Good move. Fair game. Won't go twice though. Won't go twice. I don't lose the same way twice. Not twice. Definitely is, Calvin. Definitely is. Yeah. Won't go twice. Won't be twice. But anyway. Yeah, a little. A little. A little. I hate a loss that I could have prevented. I hate a self-inflicted issue. I hate, and the more I think about it, Dwayne, you're right. The more I think about it, the more it annoys me. I hate a self-inflicted issue. I hate it when it's something that I did to myself. I lose anything off the strength of me. If I lose it circumstantially, if I lose it because the other guy, better man on a better night, you got me. I tip my hat and show it respect. I hate a loss because it's me. I hate it when I caused the loss. You didn't beat me. I beat me. I wasn't prepared. I didn't do my homework. I didn't do my research. I didn't train the right way. I didn't watch my diet going into a fight. I didn't stretch the right way. Oh, oh, oh no, man. It hits different. It hits different. I'm never afraid to lose. I'm never afraid to be wrong. But I get irritated when it's a loss that I caused. If you were the better man on that day, cool. But if you were the better man because I wasn't my best, that's almost unacceptable for me. That lands different. That lands different. Won't be twice though. I don't show up for second place. Won't be twice. Could have prevented that L. Yeah, big. Yeah, it's different. And I got Taylor sitting there. And Taylor counts on me to do my part. I count on him to do his part. And Taylor don't miss. Taylor don't miss. These interviews we've been doing, Taylor don't miss. Taylor walk in the room like ready to rock, ready to rumble. Taylor be ready to go. I didn't do my part. Oh, I burn a different way, bro. It lands different. Hit the like, hit the hype, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Much appreciated. To everybody who sent the super chat, to everybody who pulled up in here and had this convo with me. We done talked about the Knicks. We done talked basketball. We done talked NYC crowd control. We done talked about legendary players. We done talked about Hove. We done talked about business, and we done talked about Dame Dash and interviewing. I think we had a good like. I think we had quite a well-rounded session here today. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I'm gonna start going live from the Mech and Gat Show YouTube channel. I think Gat and I are both gonna start doing that sooner than later. But yeah, like I said, we're stockpiling these episodes, and when they drop, we're about to take this podcasting thing. Uh, we're gonna do what we do. Thank you, Sugar. Much appreciated. I know you mean speed bag, Dwayne. I got you. But this feels more like a heavy bag situation. I need to like inflict some damage. Um, but yeah, we'll got some stuff. We got some stuff coming up that you guys are gonna love, especially from this interview. It's giving me another idea. It's something else I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk to the folks and put something together special for folks. Um, it's only the beginning, bro. We gonna go crazy. Absolutely, Taylor. Absolutely. You know that, and I know that. It's just a matter of us showing them. New music single on the way, Tiff. On the way. Blue. Listen, Miss Blue. Y'all gonna be the first people to know. I'm not telling anybody before I tell y'all. Like dead ass. I'm not telling anybody before I tell y'all. Y'all might know before Gat do. Don't tell Gat that, even though Gat is sitting here right now looking. Y'all might know before Gat does. Y'all might know before Gat does. 2 Chainz. No, they gotta rap better. Anyway, brothers and sisters, mothers and misses, boingers and blisters, this has been the garage, home to the worldwide mechanics and the lead mechanic, Mech Rashawn. I'm gonna let y'all get out of here and have a great night. Rap better than him too. Russell, you're bugging. Y'all get out of here. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Make sure you hit the like, hit the sub. That's how you show your boy love. I will be back here. Hit that alarm alert, so you know when I'm going live. I'll be pulling up back around here. Same time tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Um, and the Juneteenth edition. That we gonna do that tomorrow. It's gonna be a dope one. Everybody be safe, be cool. Hang up your coveralls, hang up your tool belt. Let's get this thing off the rack and see where we at. The garage is now officially closed for the evening. Everybody be safe. God willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.